And then we're moving over to California to Kayla. Hi, Kayla. How are you today?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Rockin' and bopping.
Good. My question is, okay, can I give a little context first, if that's okay?
Okay, just quickly, if you don't mind.
Of course. I'm married to my husband. We've been together for almost 6 years, but we've been married for 2 of those years. Mm-hmm. He got deployed, and during the past 6 months, he was in Afghanistan.
Okay.
In September, he told me he didn't love me, and that's when we kind of first started having a little bit of hiccups, but it was just kind of like he said he was willing to work on it. And then when he got back this October, he said that he had met somebody there for the past 4 months, and that he's now in love with this girl and that she is his soulmate. He lives at home with me, and he has been, he came in and he interacted in sex the first day he got back. And then ever since then, a couple of days, he's been still wanting to have sex with me. And, but telling me that he doesn't see any hope for us. At the same time, whenever he takes calls from her, he comes back in and he seems remorseful, and he tries to do something kind for me. But I just want to know if I should continue to have sex with him. I've told him that, like I said, for me, like he said he's never had sex with her. It was just like a texting and just talking with each other. I said to him, like, whenever he initiates sex, because it's always him initiating it, it's not me. I told him that for me, it's our marriage bed, and I think it's sacred, and I enjoy having sex, and I think it brings pleasure to God. So what should I do? Should I continue that even though he keeps in front of me taking phone, like he'll be like, I'm going to go take a phone call in the car or things like that. You know, I don't know if I should, if I'm being just pushed over. I don't know.
Okay. Let me ask you a couple of questions, if I may. How old are you two?
I'm 24 and he's also 24. And then we're only about a month apart.
Okay. And you said that you've been together 6 years. So that means when you were 18, when you first got together. Is that correct?
Yeah. He was 18 and I had just turned 19.
Okay. All right. Now, I'll be very careful I ask this question. When you do make love to each other, is it really that? Is it making love, or is it just sex?
I think the first time it was definitely like I could sense that he wasn't really into it.
Okay.
But ever since, as it's grown to the point where it is now, I do feel like he's much more kind during sex, and Good. Also it's very, like, for me, it's very satisfying.
Okay.
He did say one thing to me where he said, "Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry."
Well, is he emotionally involved in it? Not just physically, but emotionally involved in it?
I think that he was emotionally involved in only the last time we just had sex. I don't think that he was emotionally involved in all the other ones. Also, after we finish, he'll beat himself up. He'll say like, "Oh, you're really attractive, and like, I wanted to do this with you, but I feel like he thinks I'm the other woman, and that he's trying to be faithful to this new person."
That's actually a possibility.
And I'm just like a lust.
That is a possibility.
Yeah.
So the last time though you felt he was emotionally involved, for example, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Be careful about how I ask questions here. But does he kiss you?
This last time, yeah, before he wouldn't kiss me. It would just be sex. But this last time we would kiss, and he was like, "Oh, like my legs got tired." He'd be like, "Oh, like chill out for a second." Like he was much more kind and much more considerate, and also we did kiss. So
okay,
I don't know.
All right, a couple of things here. I'm giving you a couple of pros and cons, and if you want more, if you go to our YouTube channel, that's youtube.com/marriagehelper. It's all free there. And I actually did a video that's longer than what I'll be able to answer right now about the pros and cons of having sex in a situation like this. And I suggest you go find that video and you watch it. It's about 10 or 15 minutes long, somewhere in there, I think. But right now, let me give you a short answer. Here are the pros. The pros are that when a human being, male or female, when they culminate, when they reach orgasm, when they're making love, oxytocin is a chemical that's produced and goes into the bloodstream as a hormone and also into the autonomic nervous system. Oxytocin is an extremely strong bonding chemical. Therefore, when you say over the times, altogether, how many times would you say you've made love since he's been back?
Since he's been back, we've probably had sex like 10 times.
20, is that what you said?
No, 10.
10. Okay. Okay.
Maybe 9 or 10 times. Yeah.
Okay. The exact number is not that important, but the principle.
Okay.
What it sounds like to me, the fact that this last time it was more romantic and he was kissing you. You see, a person can have sex without emotionally getting involved, but it's extremely difficult for a person to kiss without being emotionally involved. And I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done or it can be done. I'm just saying it's very difficult to kiss and not be emotionally involved. So it sounds as if he is growing toward you. That this oxytocin that's being released when he reaches climax is actually bonding him more to you. That's what it sounds like to me. And if indeed you're being satisfied, which you said you are, you see, you're not being used.
Yeah.
You are not being used as long as you're willingly participating. If you were not willingly participating, then I'd say, yeah, you need to back off because you're definitely being used. But what I heard you say is that you're enjoying it as well. Now, might it be that in his mind you're the other woman? That's very possible. But the good news is he's with you. And in the fact that he's with you and he's making love to you, he's connecting to you, it's evolving, it sounds like in a very good direction. All these are a lot of very positive things. I'm happy that he did not get involved with her physically. That's good. I guess here's the short answer, my friend. It's your decision. But as a sexologist, I would suggest that you continue to do so because it's having a good benefit. As a marriage expert,
Okay.
I would suggest you probably will continue to benefit if you keep doing this. But if at any point you start feeling used, you can just tell him, hey, I feel like I'm being used. I don't want to do this anymore. But there's great patience, and there's great value, I should say, great value in patience. It sounds to me like you're doing the right kinds of things and are going in the right direction. Now, I cannot guarantee that, but it sure sounds that way to me. And if I were in your shoes, I would keep doing that if I were you. But it's your decision, obviously.
No, I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate you. And I felt like that. I just kind of needed a little bit of extra clarity, so I appreciate it.
I get it. You're very welcome, Kelly. You take care of yourself. Okay. And
You too.
I think I heard a baby in the background there. And if a woman's not completely exhausted, maybe having a baby and still willing to make love, that's a really good thing. Because physical fatigue, especially with women, and it occurs with men as well, but particularly and specifically with women, physical fatigue can make it extremely difficult for the woman to become adequately aroused. So when I hear that baby and she's still anxious to make love with her husband or enjoying it, I'd say go for it. And I hope that it works out to your advantage. I really, really do. Here's what I'd like to hear from you later, though. I want you to call me back at some point if you put it back together and tell me. Or if it doesn't go back together, I'd appreciate you calling back and telling me. I really, really want to know. I'm very curious about this situation.